Okay, chat should actually work now. I am not a genius, but I am a person who solves problems occasionally. Alright, so now let's play Dwarf Fortress. So I am trying to get better about these stockpiles, and be more cognizant, and I'll show you guys what I'm working with. So like, I'm starting to name them, and based on that, based on using the places menu, like find ones that are totally occupied that I haven't looked at yet, like this is going to be embarrassing, but 100%, what's going on with this? Okay, so this is one, actually what did I name this one? Intake unsafe. I'm going to also name this one. It'll remind me, hopefully, to sort these out. As you see, the first intake unsafe is now has most things pulled out of it because it's just too close to the surface. So I'm going to say that intake unsafe 2. We'll just keep going. Yes, chat works. Thank you, Wizzy. You're the first person to ever chat to me during a live stream. Yeah, it's because I said it. I just had something mistoggled on the first live stream. Lesson learned. So, what are we doing? We're working on library. So I'm gonna do a. Oh, it was working without restart. Okay, good to know. Thanks. It wasn't showing on mine. Something about OBS. It was saying that I wouldn't have been able to see your messages. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't seeing your guys' messages, so I'm glad at least I got that fixed, and won't happen again. So, I've been working on my library today, and I'm going to do a whole video about this, but it's tough. It's a pretty buggy and relatively new system, and it's also pretty complicated. So, basically what I'm trying to do right now, the reason I have to sort my... Okay, cool, thank you, Camel. Yeah, that's perfect, and that tracks with me when I toggled the important thing. But so I'm trying to get paper... Thank you. I'm trying to get paper down to this library because, so here's how it works. If you don't, you can make parchment or you can make paper. And in my case, it's going to be easier to make paper because I have a lot of plant that I can automatically mill here. As you can see, we're getting close to the over 9,000. So I'm making plant slurry and then pressing that into pages. And we've gotten that far, and then from there you have to make quires, is what they're called, not to be confused with the quern. And from there, you have to get your scholars to actually pick up quires in the library. And I realized my problem was I'm pressing this plant matter at the surface. So we have pages up in the upper stockpiles because I'm not organized. So, but if we can get it down here, or alternatively just build a library closer to the surface, then my scholars will wander into the library more often, hopefully with paper. And then when they're musing about something, they can actually write it down. And then we'll have our own book, and then we can hire scribes to make copies, and then we can just sell those. It'll be like some whatever Dwarven. And I don't have one yet. Before I make the video about how to actually make books, I have to, obviously I have to successfully do it myself once. And you can check that by going into objects. These are all my artifacts. No written content yet. And so, but this library is set up pretty good, I think you'll agree. So they need a table and a chair to sit and write. There we go, got another song, nice. And then they need bookshelves to keep the quires on. I'm saying quern instead of choir, but so quern is the unpowered millstone, and choir is actually a real word that is a piece of paper folded eight times, and it was like before bookbinding proper. It was basically a book. And then you actually have to make book bindings, because I guess dwarves are more advanced than that. But so we have all the ingredients. We just need a scholar to come to the library, and I even made, it's called mandatory nerd time, and it forces scholars to go to the library, but they don't have paper down there. Oh, so this is another huge thing that has been hard to do. So quires technically count as tools, and if you're looking at a stockpile, there's actually no way to specify a tool. And if you look in stocks, there is no way to it's so hard to find a quire, and like book bindings, a lot of the things that come with, oh man, and by the way, I'm sorry I missed you guys' message earlier. I'll catch up on them when I watch the replay. But What was I saying? Oh, so no, in stockpiles, there's no way to actually tell it that you want acquired. And you can try this yourself. And if you go to the, oh, well, well, you can. It's a tool. That's how I figured out it's a tool. So it does work in that case. I misspoke. So you can search for it, and you can find it, but when you're actually trying to give instructions, when you're actually trying to make a stockpile that's only quires and bookbindings, what I'm trying to say is, here you cannot search for it. And you can't search for tools. So on the Bay 12 forums, they're actually recommending that you just always make it out of a certain material, and then make a stockpile out of, like, that's very precise, and it's like, God, what was it? It's one of these, it's like, in here, and then buy material or something like that. So, I don't know, that's a lot. I'm gonna have to keep looking into it. But, so other option is just build another library closer to the surface. So let's do that. Let's find a nice, here, right at the bottom of this huge, yeah, that seems like a nice place. And then, like, it'll be easier for visiting scholars to come. So, I guess on this level is the bottom of that. So we'll go like that, boop. Someone left a bookcase here in the middle of nowhere. It's probably my fault somehow. And I have started to feel like the pain of not being organized enough, so I'm trying to, oh, we're running low on drink. So I'm trying to get better about that. Oop. There we go. Just let it run. And they're mostly struggling with dangerous terrain, which is probably like water hitting them and stuff. Yeah, I thought putting a dining room table in the middle of this waterfall was a good idea, but dwarves tend to like panic if they get hit with water, which makes sense. Like if you were eating dinner and somebody like dumped cold water down your back, you would feel it. In a negative way, that is. So what else? How are we doing that? Oh, I'm also going to need a hotkey to get back to that. Oh, maybe not. Great. Oh, I already had a hotkey. That's good. And then while he's doing that, let's check. So what's going on down here? They are pondering. Yeah. So they're down there pondering. They're down there. The other thing is, I don't know, why are these military guys, they're pondering, but they don't have the paper they need to write this all down. The other thing is that all these visiting like soldiers are hanging out in this library. I guess because I need a tavern. That's why I just had that brain blast. I was like, why are these swords and hammer dwarfs and all like chilling and bothering my scholars in the library? Don't they have anywhere else to be? And I just realized they don't, because I only have a place to worship, which, you know, they'll go if they want to worship. But then this is the only hangout right now. So we're gonna save. Actually, we're gonna go need tavern also, because my dwarves just drink. I mean, you make mugs or goblets for them, but you know they just kind of drink when they're thirsty. You know, at dining rooms. But we can do better. We are going to do better right now. So what else? Oh, we can keep working on the powertrain too. Don't give me advice on these animals yet, because we're saving that for a subscriber special, or you can. You know, it's fine. Oh yeah, this is a powertrain. We'll connect this just to see. It's pretty useless now. It's too long to be a blender. It was previously just in this room, but then I was trying to experiment with actually having it properly, like be a root, be useful as a root, because that's what, you know, it's intended for. But we're gonna kick now. Great. And then can we go further with this? Because we're going to need this drivetrain like down all the way. Ideally, I want to have it powering everything, like this fortress just completely built around. Why isn't... I've been having that bug where it doesn't let me paint over, but peaceful. Thank you guys. I got, even in the first 6 minutes, it says I got 12 views on the do not watch stream. I was hoping that you would all appreciate that as sarcasm. You know, just kind of in the same tone as like original OC do not steal. But now I hope, you know, my fans are so polite, I wonder if I'm scaring them off with that. They're like, oh, it's a test stream, he doesn't want us to watch. But that's okay, it really is a test stream. Because there was a chance I was going to do something catastrophically wrong, so it's good not to do that. He's discussing hardness, but he won't write it down. Okay, let's go back to the new library. And we'll go furniture. How many I have left? Oh, the answer is none. So we're going to go, boop, wooden bookcase. And we'll go 50 of them just to be safe. And do we have tables and chairs? Yeah, we do. Okay. Ba, 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 boop, ba, beep. Good. And then this can be an additional, come on, an additional library. This is probably killing people, but this is really how I play. It's very messy, and then I neaten it up later. Otherwise, I'll forget because I'm so distractible. Okay, so that's our second library, and it's gonna have bookcases soon. And in the meantime, in the Wall Tavern. It's more quaint, just to get the warriors out from like chilling, and probably, if you imagine the simulation, probably complaining loudly that there's nowhere else to hang out. So probably need like a food stockpile in here for them to actually drink. I forget actually how to set up taverns. I don't usually do it because my dwarves just drink. They get they're happy from other things. But so what is this going to be? This is going to be food. And okay, great. So chairs maybe too. Boop boop boop. Got those hotkeys, and we're going to go eating area. Except inner tavern, and what do we got going on? Tavern keeper. Proficient comedian. All right, you got the job. Former, yeah, cool. Dancer. Okay, cool. So, tavern should be set. I'm also fighting my impulse to just. Oh, sorry. I just realized I was peeking into the red. What was I saying? I'm fighting my impulse to save constantly because I know that people don't like that, and my machine's a little slow, so. Okay, that looks good. How's my other thing going? Oh yeah, we should have bookcases now. My manager is on it. He's crushing work orders. It's good because normally I'd make myself look bad because my manager would be hauling stones or something. There's a lot. So I found like two. I'll talk about it in the main video, the planned video about how to do books. But there's a lot of troubleshooting. You really have to like use burrows. Really encourage. It's really hard to get scholars and scribes to work, especially so even with Dwarf Fortress being kind of complicated in the first place. Ooh, that's a nice song. Yeah, great. The warriors are already going in there. There's not even any booze or food down there yet, but they prefer it to a library. Great. I'm not sure why the animals are still hanging out here. more look at Mangler Falls here. There we go. Is it? I still always lose track of my drivetrain because it like snakes through. Oh, there you go. There's our minecart. Oh. Oh! I had a roller set backwards. I was like, why is it doing that? Can we adjust this on the fly? Probably not. Alright, so we're gonna have to... Somebody remind me why I took that back out. It's because I need to replace those rollers. Yep, that's the quality of engineering that you can expect from old Dave here. Nice. Sorry. It's probably annoying when I whistle. Let's try to get some gems there because it looks like an opportunity. Where is the lowest point? I keep losing. Oh, here. I guess this is where I'm going to continue this. So we'll go gear assembly. Keep digging down here. Let's do like a few of those. And then can they get out after that? So we'll go like this. Oop. Oh, because it's auto. Interesting. So it'll let me give that command. I guess that makes sense. All snake it across here, and they probably won't complete it because there's wet from this waterfall that's going down. I need to find a way to distinguish between calling my pleasure waterfalls that keep the dwarves happy, and the big one, the Mangler Falls. And maybe I can just say the Mangler, but still I think people might get confused. Oh yeah, see, this is me trying to be organized. So this is non-economic stone that we were dumping in a Dwarven Atom Loop Smasher. Maybe I can just demonstrate that. Hopefully nobody walks into it while I am demonstrating. That would be really funny. And yeah, I might wrap this one up, guys. This really was just like a test stream, but it went good. It went surprisingly good. So expect more of these, and thank you for joining me. Oh, the new Discord is set up. I'll try to add that. Let me get a pen. I'll add it. I'll add that Discord link in the description. You didn't see it already. It's also on my community tab. If you just go to the community tab, for now, I think that link should still work. And yeah, it's all Dwarf Fortress. It's just hanging out, being internet aficionados, appreciators of the Toady one and his work. Oh, I wasn't even watching. Did somebody get smashed? I wasn't even watching. Did somebody get smashed? I was making my note about the Discord. Thank you. Thanks, Jeff. I'm glad you decided to watch this while you were drunk, per the earlier chat. I'm glad not too many people were scared off by the do not watch joke. I definitely, it's more fun with chat. Feels less like I'm talking to myself. So thank you guys for being here on my first one. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, great. So Smasher reset. Let's check on this library one more time. What are my scholars even doing? They're dumping stuff and they're doing other stuff because I told them to, which is fair. So they're gone from there. At least now the soldiers are partying. Yeah, see, now they're happy. They're singing. Is that actually booze? Not sure what's in that. But they're happy now, so that's an improvement. And then we're going to go to... This one is just using the table and chair to eat. Which that was also a troubleshooting thing that people mentioned. They're like, yeah, you need extra tables and chairs in your library because dwarves will show up. It's kind of like real life. People will show up at the library just to eat or, you know, to do something not library related because it's a nice space. All right, let's place the rest of these bookcases and then we'll call it for right now. So we'll go random place. The other thing is that I think like while the scholars are pacing around and pondering something, I think they need to be close enough to like grab a quern, like be like, oh, let me just write this book while I'm thinking about this. So I'm not sure how close or far away. Maybe those two near the edges are not the right thing to do. But okay, thanks everybody. I'm gonna sign off for now.